Today's handstands are honestly going to be some of my favorite because I absolutely love when students learn how they can actually use their hands for balancing their body, because I know it sounds elementary, but sometimes people forget that, when we're standing up, we balance with our feet primarily. We do use our arms and our chest weight, our head weight. It does play a factor in it, but the main thing is just, the foundation. So today we're going to work on that, the foundation. So whenever you're ready, we're going to meet in a handstand, and today we're going to do the first time we've ever brought our chest towards the wall, and we're going to aim to actually touch our nose on the wall. So Sam's going to show us how to do this. She's an expert at it, right? So she's going to walk up in the L shape that we've done before. Just kick your feet up onto the wall. And all we're going to do here is, now that we're comfortable, we're moving, we're just going to walk our hands towards the wall like so. So she's actually going to straighten out her legs all the way. Yeah, keep walking towards the wall. Yep, so it makes you a little uncomfortable. And we're going to do 2 rounds of 30 seconds here. So if you want to meet, so keep your hips in, so hip towards the wall. So no, you don't want your hips to go away. Yeah, we want that. So that might be something you do at home. So once you're here, she can actually walk a little bit closer to the wall. She wants to touch the nose on the wall. That's the goal. Yes, here we are. She's already been up here for about 25 seconds. But if you're with us, breathe here, point the toes, squeeze the feet together, engage the bandha. So can you bring the stomach off the wall now? Yes, like so. She's doing great. She's been up for a while, so whenever you're ready, come on down. You can cartwheel out perfectly. I was just about to explain how to, but she did. So you see what she did there? She walked up. The main thing she did was send her hips away from the wall. So that's okay. That's going to happen sometimes when people want to do this.
I thought we were doing that. I thought we were doing L shape, but it's okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So when you walk, you actually want to keep your core engaged.
Yeah.
You want to straighten out. So here, if I bring my nose to the wall, I can bring my stomach and waist off the wall. I'm not curling or anything, but my lower navel, that bandha is engaged. So from here, I can take full control with my hands. I'm so close to the wall, all I got to do is pull off just a little bit, and I'm balancing. So I got to do is push here. Now I'm holding this myself, and then you cartwheel out whenever you want to. So it's easy to pull yourself off the wall. It's so simple, but you got to be comfortable with getting your weight so close to the wall to where you're almost falling over top. So let's do that one more time together. Let's hold it up there for 30 seconds. So she walks up. Let's try to walk up there kind of quick so you don't waste too much of your energy. Yeah, so she's getting there pretty quickly. Wonderful. Maybe hands a little bit closer, babe. Yeah. Now we're feeling it. So it gets a little bit to where you're wobbly. Yeah. So touch your nose on the wall. Now can you bring your stomach off the wall as well, and your chest? Yeah, so now you're engaging the core. It's just your toes and your nose touching the wall. From here, breathe. Tuck in that lower stomach. Yes. The bandhas are engaged. We feel good. It's been about 20 seconds now. So now gaze between your thumbs. Keep your feet where they are. But now see if you can pull off with the hands. You pull yourself away from the wall. Yeah. There we go. You pull, then you got to push not to fall over top. And she's playing with it, and she falls out. That's wonderful. That's great. That's a good job. So if you ever need to pause this video, of course, you can play around with that. It's great. But what we're going to do is plenty of reps, so don't wear yourself out. We're going to do, right there, all we were doing is pulling off the wall. Now we're going to give ourselves a break, and we're going to push off the wall. So you go ahead and take a break. Take a break at home. Watch me. I'm only going to be about a foot away from the wall. I'm going to come up to where I'm in a scissor leg handstand. And all I'm going to do is kick off barely, and then pull myself back. Kick off barely, pull myself back. Kick off and pull. Oh, I lost it there. But you see what I'm doing? All I'm doing is kicking off just a tad bit, and then I pull myself back. So you don't want to kick too hard to where you fall down. That's going to happen, and that's okay. But you just want to pull back. And if it happens too much, bring your hands more away from the wall. So the further I am away from the wall right now, the harder I'll have to kick. But barely kick and pull back. Oh, I lost it again. It's hard. You don't want to kick too hard. So you want to kick barely, pull back. Kick barely, pull back. Kick barely, pull back. You can barely see what I'm doing here, but I'm pulling up my hands, and it's keeping me from just falling right down. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and hop up to the wall, and I'll talk you through it. It's a very intricate little exercise, but once you start feeling it, you're like, oh, okay, that's how I use my hands. So yeah, her hips are good. Barely kicks off with this right foot, pulls herself back. It's a very small, yeah, that's it. Perfect. If you can get 5 to 10, that's great. Sometimes you'll end up in that 50-50 and you're like, oh, try to send yourself back. And it just helps you play around with just catching yourself. There you go. So maybe start kicking off a little bit harder now. Give yourself more challenge. She started to send her hips over top. That's a more advanced catch right there. So let's do the other leg. So kick the other leg up. And just do 5 reps on the other side. They don't have to be too long. It's okay. There we go. Just do a couple reps, just to where you get both sides. There we are. That's exactly what we want. Keep breathing. There we are. And come on down. Awesome. So I hope you're feeling that at home. So if you're not feeling it, it's okay. You will more over time, especially as your muscles grow in your forearms. I know it was rough for you when we first started doing this stuff, because you honestly, some people have such little small forearm muscles that where like you don't know where to feel it at. Yeah. It's okay. For this next one, it's actually much easier to feel. So that one we're pulling off. On this one, we're going to push to catch ourselves. So our chest is going to be facing the wall this time. We come into a little L shape. And again, you can walk your hands closer to the wall if that's better for you. But I'm going to go ahead, and I like to be a little bit more away from the wall for this. So I'm just going to have my left foot over, and I'm going to kick myself off, push myself back. Kick myself off, push back. Kick off, push. So you might see like now I'm kind of like, I'm bouncing here. Like I can do this for a while because your fingers pushing is so much, you actually have strength behind it. The pull is just kind of a pull to offset your balance. So you can see here, I can kick pretty hard and just catch. So once you get 5 to 10, switch legs, kick off, push. Kick off, push. So once you kick off and you push and you catch yourself, you can hold it here. And then come back. Kick off, push, hold, and then you start holding your handstands. So you'll find as you start doing that more and more, you'll feel that 50-50 more often, and you'll feel yourself controlling yourself from the 50-50. So it's like you're not just balancing, you're actually like you're in control of the balance and where your body is going. So let's try that. Go ahead and hop up. And again, I had my hands pretty far away from the wall. You can play around with that. The hand placement is really just going to change the shape of your legs. So the closer you are to the wall, the closer your scissor leg is going to be. So Stan's going to have to walk a little bit closer to the wall. See how her hips weren't on top of her all the way? Yeah, so there we go. This is probably the furthest you can be. Yeah, there we go. So now her hips are on top. Awesome. So small kicks, and she pushes back. Yes. And you can't see it here, but you can see the fingertips get white. Yes, there you go. Try to get 5 to 10 on this side. And at home, if you fall out, you just cartwheel right out. You know what to do. Awesome. Once you get 5 to 10, you switch sides. Comfortable here? Kick and push. Kick and push. Oh, nice catch. Yes. So just keep going at home. Make sure you're breathing. And again, we're just learning how to functionally control with our hands. Just like our feet do every day of our lives. Yeah. We're doing here. So those are 2 great exercises that you can do at home as much as you want. And they're probably 2 of my favorite exercises to actually build the real life, the practical strength. Because you know, you can do these hand reps all you want, these drills, but nothing's better than the real thing.